YouTube, what the crap's going on? Merry Christmas, and welcome to another Christmas-type Traditions and Stories with Patchy. And this time, I'm Patchy the Gaul from the ancient world, and I wanted to share with you some stories. Stories of how, well, let's just say that all the other cultures came up with a favorite Christmas tradition, even though Christmas didn't exist yet. We must have been special. And it was called Wreck the Gauls. Yes, every faction seemed to have their own way of doing it, but they all held it in common, wrecking the Gauls. Enjoy as I walk you through some of these traditions. Our neighbors from Bactria would frequently invite us over for Wreck the Gauls with javelin volleys. Fa la 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 la. So they would sing, as me and my men were showered by thousands of javelins, in a very painful manner in fact, but they just seemed to enjoy it. These Bactrians, they were just so festive. They would decorate their javelins with wreaths and holly and carve them and write friendly stuff on them like "Die, you filthy Gallic scum." It really was great times. They would send us these invitations saying, "Please come over for Christmas dinner." And as we neared the city, wouldn't you know it, those lovable Bactrian scamps would be all hidden out in the forest with javelin volley after javelin volley, throwing it into my men. Oh man, those Christmas memories. My men laying splayed on the ground, blood everywhere. So festive. Of course, then there was the Swabians. Oh, the Swabians. They would invite us in the dead of winter to the black forest of their homelands, and these guys would be all doped up on festive forest shrooms, wearing their best Christmas wolf pelt on their head, coming screaming out of the forest, hammering us with clubs, axes, long swords, whatever they could find. And just when we thought, oh geez, well whatever, we'll run away from these crazy hooligans, this is too much Christmas cheer for us, then their wives would come screaming down the other hillside, screeching and screeching about how they were going to kill us, castrate us, remove our toenails, and then use most of the parts of our body for some type of Christmas stew. Oh man, I'll tell you what, no one had more Christmas cheer than the Swabians. I mean, no matter how cold it was, how high they were, how angry they were, or how much screeching went on, these folks knew how to make you feel welcome. The Black Forest weren't really black. Their heart was open, full of love. Oh, and they shared it. Oh, man, they shared it. And it hurt. It hurt a lot. But we loved those guys. They were so good to us. After all the cold weather fun the Swabians put us through, we would then sometimes be invited to the Middle East by our Parthian friends. The weather was warm, and so was their welcome. You see, they would deck themselves out in all type of glittering, festive decorations. I think most people called it armor, and these guys were known as cataphracts or klibinari, oven men if you will. And just like an oven, their hearts were warm with Christmas cheer. They would thunder out of the deserts on this open ground at full speed, charging into my men, lancing their hearts full of Christmas cheer. My men would sometimes go rolling, bowling, tumbling, and of course, mostly dying. They would then put away their lances and break out the sword and axes of Christmas cheer as well. They would ask us lots of questions about Christmas, like, does that hurt? And is your spleen ruptured? Oh man, these guys, I'm telling you, they just knew how to show you a good time. The Parthians were second to none when it came to that hospitality. I mean, just look at the get-ups they put on for us here. They wanted to make sure that our Christmas day would be filled full of wonder, heavy armor, and trampling charges. I mean, I'm telling you, this was probably one of my favorite Christmas traditions, and I'll never forget the time that we spent with our Parthian friends. Generally, after all of our fun with the Parthians in the Middle East, we would head north to the cold, cold steppes. Well, of course, this steppe had a few trees on it. Talk about some oversight there on Air's part, what an idiot. Anyway, we would go to these cold, snowy steppes, and our royal Scythian friends had all of these different Yule arrows to share with us. You see, they were huge fans of horseback archery, and as you can see, they would hide in the distance on their well-decorated steeds, ram horns and all, firing their composite Yule bows and Yule arrows at us. It was really fun for them. My men would run around screaming, yelling, saying, "Holy snot, I think I just took an arrow to the kidney." Man. And then there was the flaming Yule arrows. They were the best. As they rained in, they just really helped amplify the smell and Christmas cheer, as my men were pierced over and over again by the Yule arrow love of the royal Scythians. These guys certainly knew how to share a holiday with you, and my men will never forget it. Well, mostly they'll never forget it because most of them didn't live, but man, the memories. Back down in Phoenicia, the Seleucids had a tradition of their own. They were big connoisseurs of specialty cavalry, like these Indian war elephants. They would invite us over and let us frolic with the elephants and just enjoy some good Christmas Day cheer. And then when we thought we were just having as much fun as humanly possible, I mean, these elephants were great. They'd come in with these scythe sleighs from the other direction and just rip through my men with Christmas cheer. I mean, severed legs, arms, spines, necks, whatever. I mean, these scythe sleighs really rang in the Christmas cheers. They put on festive masks and would just ride in screaming fa la 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 la. The Seleucids really were a festive bunch, and they always knew how to make my men have a good time. We enjoyed many such Christmases with them. Well, I did, because I usually managed to run away and survive, leaving my men to suffer their own Christmas fate. Oh, those Christmas elephants. But I did save my favorite for last. You see, the Carthaginians had the most unique way of celebrating. They would go out and gather up all the poisonous desert vipers they could find, stuff them into jars full of dried human feces that created this cloud of unbearable stink, and then they would launch them out of ballistas at my men, and probably one of the most festive displays I've ever seen. It was incredible. Reek, poison, screaming, flailing, all filling the air on Christmas Day. You never knew what was going to come out of each pot. Well, actually we did. It was pretty much just feces and snakes, but whatever. Man, my men enjoyed this. It was so much fun. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of Patchy's Christmas traditions and stories, and I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and enjoy any other holiday that you might be celebrating as well. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas, whether you're wrecking the Gauls, decking the halls, or whatever else it may be. I hope you enjoy your holidays. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you stick around for years more to come, as we have lots more fun with Patchy and his gruesome tales of misery that he brings to his men. HeirofCarthage, signing out for Christmas. See you soon.